Hello dear students, today I am going to start the for data file handling concept CSV files. Starting with CSV file introduction. CSV stands for comma separated values. CSV files have the extension as .csv. These files are plain text files having Unicode ASCII characters. So these CSV files are similar to the text files that we have already created in the data file handling. In the beginning we have created text files. Thereafter we use binary files. So now we are going to create the CSV files, and CSV files and text files are similar kind of files, but there are some differences. Those I am going to discuss later on. CSV files used to handle large amount of data. This is what is the requirement or the need of the CSV file. CSV files are basically used to handle large amount of data. All programming languages having support to the text files can also support CSV files. Like in Java, C++, and in Python, we can create CSV files. CSV files are mainly used to organize data in the tabular form, the form of rows and columns. So the tabular form data you have seen in Excel, like rows and columns are there, or you have seen in database the data is kept in the form of rows and column in the tables. So in database we create tables, and those tables organize data in the form of rows and column. So in the similar fashion, if you want to organize data using the text files, so the Python text files, CSV files are especially used for organizing such kind of data. CSV files are mainly used to import, export data between various applications such as database or spreadsheet programs. The main objective behind using CSV files are that CSV files are very useful while we have to import or export data between the various applications. For example, database or spreadsheet programs, we can import or export data from CSV files. Means from CSV file we can send data to the database, or from database we can import the data into the CSV files. So if we have created any CSV file in the Python program, so that CSV file can be used in the database as well as in the Excel spreadsheet program to import the data from those CSV files created using the Python programs. CSV file versus text files. Although the CSV files and text files both contains data in the form of plain text, means data with no formatting. So it is generally opened in the notepad or created in the notepad. So this is a plain text file, similar to the CSV file is similar to the plain text file without any formatting, but the CSV files have the extension .csv. And CSV files, as I already told you, used to represent data in the tabular form in the form of rows and columns. Column values are separated with a delimiter, comma. So in the column, in the CSV file, the columns are separated with the comma. That's why they are named as comma separated values. The first line in CSV file, in every CSV file, the first line is the header row. Header row means is the title row which contains the title of each column. And next remaining lines after the header row, after the first row, rest of the lines represent different data, different records we can say. So rows are records except the first row. First row is the title row. Text file contain plain text in the form of lines or paragraph. On the other hand, if you compare CSV file and text file contain plain text without any formatting, or CSV file contain text in the form of comma separated values or in the form of rows and column, and text file contains data in the form of line or paragraphs. So this is the difference. CSV files can be directly opened with the help of the spreadsheet programs, but text file we cannot directly open with the spreadsheet programs. How to create a CSV file? In Python, to create a CSV file, we have to use a module, CSV module. CSV module is used to read and write in a CSV file. So as we have created binary files, in that case we have used pickle module to read and write into the file. In case of CSV file, we are going to import another module, that is CSV module. Inside CSV module, there is a function, writer function, which is used to convert file objects into writer object. So there is a function, writer function, in CSV file. This function is basically used to convert file object into the writer objects. So while creating CSV file, we have to create a writer object. Like in case of binary files, we have, or text file, we have created a file object. In CSV file, we have to create a writer object. So what is writer object? It is although it is similar to the file object, but file object is converted into writer object with the help of the writer function. After it is converted, then all the operations are performed with the writer object only. CSV.WriteRow, it is a very important function. Only this function is responsible for writing rows into the CSV file. Rows, or we can say records, into the CSV file. As we know that the rows are called records. In database also the rows are called records. So in CSV file, to write rows or records into the file, we use CSV.WriteRow function. Records can be written as nested list or dictionary. So to write the records, we can use list as well as dictionary. Now I am going to explain with the help of a program. Import CSV. This is a first step you have to use for creating a CSV file. You have to import a CSV module. Thereafter, with open student.csv, this is the name of the files. Extension must be CSV. As we are going to create a file, so the mode will be write. Thereafter, there is a third parameter, new line equal to space. This is not a compulsory parameter. This you can remove also. It has a only a specific task to perform in the CSV file. To understand its task, you can remove it once, and thereafter you can include it, and you can notice the difference that I will explain you later on. As f. So this is the similar statement as we have been using in case of binary file as well as text file. The only difference is that we are using .csv extension. Otherwise, in case of binary file, we used to give .dat or other extension, or in case of text file, we used to give .txt extension. So this creates a file object f. When we use with the with statement to open a file, so with open student.csv, this is the name of the file which is going to be created. W is the write mode. New line equal to space. This is used to remove the extra blank line inserted between the records. This is the use of this statement, new line equal to space. To check its working, you can remove it once, and thereafter you can see the difference. As f. So f is a file object here. Thereafter, inside the with block, we are going to perform the file operations. So with block is a best method to handle the files, because it automatically closes the file when the program comes out of the with block. So inside the with block, w is equal to csv.writer. I told you the writer function of CSV file is used to convert file object into writer object. So what is happening here? So w is equal to csv.writer f. It is going to convert the file object into writer object. So this w will become writer object. Once the writer object is created, then I can use the write row function to write the rows into the or records into the CSV file. So here w.writeRow, inside this parenthesis I have written a list, and list contains the heading of the columns. So this first row of the CSV file will be containing the headings of the columns. So this is called header row also in CSV. The first row is called header row. I told you in the previous slide also. So the column heading would be admission number, first column, second column name, third column marks, fourth column class. So in this CSV file I'm going to create rows and columns. So the rows would be having the columns will be having the headings as admission number, name, marks and class, and thereafter in the rows I am going to store the records. So all the records would be having these titles or these headings for their columns. So this row, title row, is created only once because there is first row is the title row in the CSV file. So thereafter I will start my loop. While true, this is a nested, this is a infinite loop, sorry. Infinite loop I have used so that I can store multiple records into the CSV file, and when user want to stop feeding records to the file, then user will give choice no, then the loop will be stopped using the break command. So first of all I have asked the admission number, name, then marks. So three variables I have used: admission number, name, marks. There is a class also, you can ask the class also. I have created a class heading also. So I will read all the values: admission number, name, marks and class also. I have left reading the value for class, so you can read the value for class also. Thereafter, when the data is stored in the variables, I will use write row function again to write this record into the CSV file. W.write row, admission number, name, marks. Again these values are enclosed inside the list. So as I told you, the list form is used to write the records into the CSV file, or we can use dictionary also. So this time I am using list. Thereafter, after writing first record, answer equal to enter any more records. If user gives answer yes, then loop will be executed further, and when the user gives no answer, then the break command will execute and this infinite loop will get stopped. So this way the loop will keep on executing, keep on asking the different values for different records, and those values will be converted into the form of record with the help of the list, and that list will be written into the CSV file, and for that function is used w.write row. So that this w.write row function will write all records into the CSV file. As soon as the user gives answer no, the loop will stop. So this will create a CSV file with n number of records. So it's a very simple program. Thereafter, once the CSV file is created, as I have told you in the previous slide, that the CSV files can be directly opened in the spreadsheet program. So in spreadsheet program, you can directly open any this CSV file, and you will find that the records are coming in the rows and columns, and you can see them. Although you can print the CSV file content using Python program on the Python prompt also. So for that, the code I am going to tell you. For that, you have to again open the CSV file, and this time the mode will be read mode, as we used to open the binary files or text files. So I have used with open student.csv. So it will open a CSV file in the read mode as f. So f will be the file object. So there is a command data is equal to csv.reader. For reading the content, there is a single statement csv.reader. This will read the entire content or all the records of CSV file into a Python object, and the Python object will become of nested list type. So it will data will become a list containing other list inside it. So data will be a nested list because each row will become a list, and if there are suppose 5 records in the CSV file, then the list will be having 5 lists inside it, and each list will represent a row or a record of the CSV file. So after the record is read into the data list, so this data list is the main list. Inside this list there are other lists, and each list represent a record. So this is a nested list. So when we read the record with the help of csv.reader function, so how we have used data is equal to csv.reader inside the parenthesis f. F is the file object. So what it will do, whatever file is opened with the file object f, the records of that file .csv file will get read with the help of the reader function into the list data. So this data will become a list, and this list is a nested list because inside this list records are there in the form of the elements are there in the form of the list. So this list contains other list, and each list represent a record. So if there are 5 rows, then this data list will be having 5 elements, and those elements will be again of list type. So that's why this will create a nested list. So thereafter I have to print records in the form of rows and column. For that I have to manipulate the printing process. So I have used these nested loops for printing, for proper printing of the list elements, list records. So I have run a loop for row in data. So what will happen, this loop will keep on getting the rows or records into the row variable from the nested list data. Suppose this nested list data has 5 rows. So first row will come in the row variable once the loop is executed, and that row is again of list type, as the data is a nested list. So the first list will come into the row when the loop is executed. Thereafter I have run another nested loop for j in row. Then in that case what will happen, the j loop will run for the row elements. So if the row has columns as admission number, name, marks and class, then for j in row, the j variable will be having admission number first, then name, then marks, then class. So for printing those values I have used print j. So firstly the j will bring admission number, it will be printed, then it will bring name, it will be printed, and between admission number and name I want some space should be there, horizontal space. For that I have used /t, comma and equal to space. This is just to print all row elements in the same row. So and equal to space, so that the list elements are printed in the same row for first record. Thereafter when the first record is printed, there is a command, print blank line command. So this will just change the line, and next when the loop goes further execution, for further execution the row will get the second list. So the second list will come into the row variable with the help of the for loop, outer for loop. Then again it will go for nested for loop j in row. So this time j will process, this j loop will process the second record of the list, and it will print the elements of second record. So this way the rows, all the records will be printed in the form of rows and column at the Python prompt. So dear student, this was all about the CSV file, how to create a CSV file and how to print the records from the CSV file. I hope you must have understood, and you just practice these programs on your computer and it will be more clear to you. Thank you.